Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove. Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
And there's another one. It's back to back. Jags for KSU Tuscarawas. Needs a point. And it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
With the MAF Gators winning game number 1 today, the Final Four has been set. It's time to go and celebrate the middle two teams here in the 2 versus 3 matchup as the 14-5-1 Ohio Hustle 15U group takes on the number 3 seed PressOn Athletics, as you are watching Kent State's Invite Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel in partnership with the 965 Midwest Tournament Challenge. Hello, friends. Nathan Smee on the call for you again today. Game number 2 of 4 for us here in Kent. It has been a fun day of baseball so far. 6-2 your final in game number 1. The MAF Gators taking down the Ohio Eagles. Ohio Hustle trying to represent the Ohio name going forward, and they have a great roster to do just that. A lot of size and a lot of players coming from the west side of Cleveland. In talking, though, to this press-on coaching staff, when talking about the size of their opposition, they said one thing that is very true, just given how these guys play baseball. If there's one thing this group is used to, it is playing with a size disadvantage. You go down to where a lot of these guys play: Berlin Highland, Garraway, New Philly, West Holmes, the Sugar Creek kind of Holmes, Wayne County area. It's undersized baseball, but it's winning baseball. Highland, state runners-up. You go to Lake Center Christian out of Hartville, state champions. Garraway, another good team. New Philly, another really good group. They know how to win baseball games, and that can help them out here today as the road team. You go back to last week, they were the 6th seed. They made it all the way to the championship game here at Kent, only to lose 2-1 to OSF. Now, it's chance for redemption against a really good Ohio Hustle side. And once again, we are starting early, 10:33-ish, your starting time. That's a 1-1 count on the leadoff hitter, Hunter Miller. Swing and a miss on the 1-1, now 1-2 the counts. It'll go Hunter Miller, Ethan Miller, and then one of 4 nominees for Player of the Week in Brooks Bezzosi from a week ago. The 1-2, a good drive up the middle and caught. It's a quick start to the game, 1 up, 1 down. And you look at that line drive, those are the swings that you expect to see today from this group going forward. But a nice play over at short by Logger, able to go in and make the grab. And with 1 away, that'll bring us to Ethan Miller, the starting pitcher. On the mound as well today for this Ohio Hustle squad, it is going to be Jack Buckley, the rising sophomore out of St. Ignatius High School. a lot of St. Ignatius players, a lot of those guys on their JV squads. So we'll see how they fare today, as they are the next generation of not only St. Ignatius players, but in so many cases, potentially the next generation of Golden Flashes. The 2-0 taken for strike one. And of course, for those staying in tune with the happenings of Division I recruiting, Trey Powers, the rising senior out of Ignatius, joining Braden Colleran as the latest Kent State commit. Here's the 3-1, fouled back, and we are full. But again, this squad, a lot of players coming from a lot of different areas in the greater Holmes and Wayne County area. Ethan Miller coming out of Sugar Creek via Garaway. Here's the payoff pitch. It's a swing and a miss. And Buckley will get his first strikeout of the day. It's 2 up, 2 down. And that'll bring us to Brooks Bezzosi, the right fielder. What probably was a game-saving catch last Sunday. On top of that, some nice hits for him. Was definitely in the conversation to be player of the week. And for good reason. He brought a lot of really good stuff to the table. And he'll try to do that again here today as the underdog. Coming in as the 3 seed, the winner of this game takes on the winner of IVL and the MAF Gators. Here's the 1-0. It's there. Again, an overcast kind of day in the heart of Kent. Rain is potentially expected later on today, but for now it is just going to be cloudy skies with potential for some sunshine. The 1-1, swing and a miss. As for Ohio Hustle, it'll be Duvall, Remish, and Brooks 1 through 3 due up in the home half of the first. Buckley looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Here's the 1-2. Good drive up the middle and through into right center. It'll be a 2-out base hit, a perfect swing. It gets the job done. And that'll bring us to Will Beachy. But Brooks Bezzosi picks up where he left off last week, his first base hit of this semifinal run. And now a chance for this inning to continue. But that's the hitting that you are going to have today against this Ohio Hustle squad. As there is our first throwback of this game. I will say, if there is anything to learn from game number 1, it is don't get picked off. 3 successful pickoffs from Joey Crawford of the MAF Gators in the first 3 innings. That changed the game in its own right, of course. The runner who stepped over the plate coming home, that changed the game in its own right as well. That would have made it 2-1 opposed to 2-0 entering that big inning. But as things stand, all that matters is the 4 teams who advance, the top 4 seeds. We'll see, though, if it's going to be the top 2 in the championship or not. Really wouldn't be surprised no matter which way this bracket ends up playing out. The 2-0 runner goes, throw on down to second. It's not going to be in time. Bezzosi is in there with his first stolen base. And it was good timing on the jump as well. If you can figure out the cadences of pitcher and catcher, you are going to be in a great spot. And it does help because both guys have played together for quite a while and both play in kind of a similar area, one for Westlake, one for St. Ignatius. But I feel like if you're kind of to break down where these kids came from when they go to Ignatius, Westlake would be one of the top few cities represented. But a 3-1 count on Beachy, the shortstop. It'll go to Trey Miller out of Sugar Creek, Garaway in the on-deck circle. And again, a throwback to second. An aggressive approach here from this Ohio Hustle defense. I would sit here and tell you that they're the team wearing the white pants with the black jersey, but in this case, it really does us no good. Can pretty much say with certainty that the winner will be wearing that exact combination later on today. It's kind of like when we had the light blue versus light blue, and the winner would play light blue a few weeks ago over at Lakewood. The 3-1 is wide for ball 4. It's a single, and then a walk for the shortstops, and now the center fielder a chance with 2 on, 2 down. And this PressOn team, they are known for battling, whether it be this 16U group or the group last year that was at this field and in his final year, I believe, as the 17U and what turned into 18U coach over the H24 Longhorns in Aaron DeBoard. His last season as a travel ball coach handed him a massive loss, an upset win for PressOn here in what was really a shocker of a game. Good line drive into right field. This one, though, is going to be caught, and the inning is over. Nice job at Remish out and right, tracking that one down, losing his hat. And that'll look to give him and his team some momentum as we flip to the home half of the first inning. Duval, Remish, and Brooks 1-3 duo for Ohio Hustle when we return, as you are watching Kent State Invite Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Welcome back to Schoonover Stadium on the campus of Kent State University. Bottom of the first inning, no score, as you are watching Kent State Invite Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel in partnership with the 965 Midwest Tournament Challenge. It'll be A.J. Duval leading it off for Ohio Hustle. The left fielder looking to get on here, taking on a really strong and defensive-minded PressOn group. But as for Duval, the rising junior out of Westlake High School, a big chance for him to show what he can do here as he takes this one over towards second base, scooped up, and the throw to one is perfect. First put out of the day for Lucas Miller at second. It's 1 up, 1 down. And you'll notice as this day goes on with this press-on defense, a lot of Millers on the roster, I believe 5 in the starting lineup defensively. It's Ethan Miller on the mound, Lucas Miller at second, Caleb Miller is at third, Hunter Miller is in left, and Trey Miller is in center. And speaking of Trey Miller in center, he will get this one on the ground as it's a 1-out base knock for Franco Remish, the right fielder. This Ohio Hustle team is going to be quick to jump off the bat as much as they can. 5'11", 160 in stature for Remish. One of their best guys, and he kind of follows suit with so many guys on this roster fitting into that 5'11", 6-foot mold. And now it's Braden Brooks wearing number 8 stepping in for his first cuts. Runner will go here, and that ball will get lost under Schleball behind the plates. So an easy base for Remish, putting the opening run in scoring position. But Braden Brooks, the rising sophomore, plays his high school ball for the Talmadge Blue Devils. Not too far away from here, maybe a 15 to 20 minute trek. Nothing out of the ordinary for travel baseball, though. The 1-0 popped off the ground, going towards second base. Miller's throw just in time. And I mean just in time. That ball barely beats out Brooks for out number 1. But that'll move Franco Remish 90 feet closer, now standing at third. A productive out, but with 2 away, it is Kellen DeSimone, the first baseman, stepping in. Still a chance for Ohio Hustle to get on the board first in this one. And that'll be big for them going forward if they can control the tempo of this game. That'll do numbers for them later on. But if you give this press-on team anything to work with, they will take advantage. The 1-0 high for ball 2. DeSimone, the rising sophomore, comes out of Midview High School. We've seen plenty of good Midview players this summer. The 2-0, swing and a miss. Of course, some new leadership this past season, but a solid campaign for them, and as well with it, their pride and joy now in effect their new turf diamond. And from what I've seen, it is a massive improvement on the former dirt field that was there before it, and a field that I played on. I mean, even when it was dirt, it wasn't the worst field we ever played on. It wasn't bad at all. But a 3-1 count on the first baseman with Blazer in the on-deck circle. Miller trying to battle back in, and he will. Full count now, 3-2. And for Ethan Miller, this is a big spot. Pressure early on. How does he respond to the adversity? How does this team respond to the adversity? And now time is called again. This is only their second tournament weekend. 4-3 on the year. This is game number 8. Haven't really played all that much. We're still in a good spot going forward. Payoff pitch wide for ball 4. And now John Blazer, the rising sophomore out of St. Ignatius, will have his opportunity here. You talk about an up-and-coming St. Ignatius Wildcats. 97.6 on the exit velo. That's a number that, with a little bit more behind it, would begin to rival that of Braden Colloran. Runner from first is going to go. Played and over towards third and through. Blazer will get it done with his bats. It is now 1-0 Ohio Hustle. An RBI single for the EH, and he shows why he is in the lineup today. Just absolutely snuck it past the third baseman, Caleb Miller. Nothing else he could have done to try and knock it down. And that's the power that he brings. You look at Colloran's exit velo going back to that comparison, 103 versus 97.6. You have 2 years to up that exit velo by around 6 points to even do better than the D1 commit, which in my book is definitely doable for number 4. Miller's 0-1 is wide. It is Eric Rust, the center fielder, getting his first cuts. Yet another rising sophomore out of St. Ignatius High School, standing at 6'2", 155. Miller's 1-1, fouled away, and this one is going towards the entrance. Once again, for those just tuning in, as it is officially 1 minute past the initial start time, we did start a little bit early in this game. We are ahead of schedule, which we hope to continue from here on out today, but far from a guarantee. The 1-2, another good swing foul. As for press-on, it'll be Tanner Ulmer, Kendrick Maz, and Eric Schleball. 6 through 8 due up when we see their offense again in the top of the second. But this Ohio Hustle team off to a great start. A 1-0 lead. Again, the 1-2. There's strike 3 looking. Ethan Miller will get his first strikeout of the game, and the side is retired. But John Blazer, the EH today, steps in. He's an offensive guy today. And with his exit velo just under 100, laces one right past the third baseman, making it 1-0 through 1 here at Schoonover Stadium.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
to the top of the second inning we go. 1-0 your score, courtesy of John Blazer's RBI single, as this ball is sent into center field. Easily tracked down and easily caught, though, for out number 1 by Russ. But a good swing from Tanner Ulmer, a lot of good contact. That is what you are going to see from this press-on team, as I've mentioned before. But plenty of work to do now for Kendrick Mass with 1 up, 1 down. But for this Ohio Hustle defense, the longer they keep this one scoreless for press-on, the more likely they are to have their big inning. Because, again, you look at the measurables of this team, you know they have the makings of, well, kind of what we've coined as the release way of scoring 5 to 6 runs in an inning. And I feel like as Ohio Hustle begins to grow as an organization, they'll eventually, whether it be this year or next, be up there in comparison to a team like Release, like Premier, like some of those organizations. It's not easy to establish yourself in Northeast Ohio, given how many teams have already kind of established themselves. Press-on doing what they're doing is good from their area because there's not much out there in that region. And you go back a few years, you would see so many different Ohio Pit Bulls teams, and I don't think we have seen one in 2.5 years. I think summer of 24 is the last time we have seen a Pit Bulls team here on SmeeSports. The 2-2 taken over towards third. Throw across the diamond is just in time for out number 2. A nice throw there from Brooks. But it just shows the revolving door of how travel baseball has evolved, and even going back to my playing days of playing the Strongsville Stallions, who no longer exist. And for that matter, my organization that I played for, the Strongsville Stingrays, no longer exists. But a bunch of new teams coming up, especially this Cleveland area. This group really built by Westlake and St. Ignatius, but some other good schools represented as this ball from Schleball is poked into left center and down. But to finish the thought, it's just really impressive to see all these different organizations coming up and all the great former athletes from this area coming in and each having their own group, it seems. You look at Premier Ryan Boris looking at all that he accomplished going into it. You have Avanian Coffee as one of his coaches. Release has the actual Baldwin Wallace head coach, along with a few of his top assistants on staff. Just look all the way around. It's impressive to see how these organizations are built and have been built to even get here. But now Colton Taggart will step in for the first time in the EH spot today. The rising sophomore hailing from West Holmes High School in Millersburg. Again, we talked about West Holmes earlier on today with Manny Camacho playing there for 3 years before shipping up to Archbishop Hoban in Akron for a senior year, now coming to Kent State. And that's one I really didn't know until doing research on the West Holmes guys last night, and then found that, oh, look, Manny Camacho was there indeed. And you look at what he did for Hoban. He was impressive. And I'm sure Kent is very happy to have him. And it says something that during journalism classes, I was told that I needed to get out to a game to see Manny Camacho pitch. That's the only guy that we were kind of told, look out for. But from the film that I've seen, he is going to be fun here. The 1-2 poked into center field right to Russ, and the inning is over. A good defensive inning for Ohio Hustle, but a 2-out single does leave a minor stain, but no damage is done. To the bottom of the second we go. Lassines, Pulowski, Buckley due up 7 through 9 for Ohio Hustle.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Welcome back to Schoonover Stadium, bottom of the second inning. 1-0 your score. It is Ohio Hustle on top of PressOn, as you are watching Kent State Invite Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Again, I am Nathan Smee, and the call for you today live from a very cloudy yet comfortable Kent, Ohio. The 1-0 will hit the top of the zone for strike one. Again, if you complain about the clouds, I don't want to hear it Tuesday through Thursday. I want to see it feel like it's 105 degrees. This is perfect for now. We'll take it. And as well, I've kind of mentioned it already. We will not be doing games Tuesday through Thursday because I do not trust the equipment in 95-degree weather to not overheat, even in a press box. The 2-1 runs inside for ball three. But with that said, the plan is tomorrow, 4 and 6 o'clock over at Fisher Field. Release versus Premier WRCL Baseball. Should be two fun matchups. The 3-1 is driven into right center field. Has a chance to get down, but it's not. Nice track down job by Trey Miller for out number one. Palacios gave that one a pretty solid ride. Plenty of hang time behind it. Had the right idea, just couldn't get it to drop. And that'll bring us to the second baseman, and Chase Pawlowski. Pawlowski wearing number 22, a rising sophomore out of Nordonia High School. And he'll show good patience, taking ball one. Coming in 5'10", 155, and as well, good in the classroom, a 4.08 GPA. If I'm not mistaken, last summer we did see him play. Now for which team, that is beyond me for the time being. Could have been IVL. The 1-1 is there for strike two, and I believe it was, but I could be mistaken on that one. But once again, Ohio Hustle, a new organization in their first season of operation. The 1-2, a good take. But this group has found the rhythm, 14-5-1 through 20 games. Top to bottom. Again, this is a group that can compete at really any level. Miller's 2-2. Pawlowski, a good swing, but an even better play at second base by Lucas Miller. It's 2 up, 2 down. Pawlowski had the right idea, but what a snag by Lucas. The rising junior out of Garraway High School. Again, we've talked about it. The contact period has opened for the class of 2028. This is the time to make those plays, especially here at an invite tournament. That is the thing that I like to mention with these tournaments. Of course, every tournament that we see, it's important. But invites there's a little more pressure to come out and produce. The 0-1 poked up the middle, just through to second base. It's Miller. His throw is true, and the inning is over. After allowing one in the bottom of the first, it's a 1-2-3 inning, 2 putouts from Lucas Miller, including a great catch against Pawlowski's line drive. To the third we go. Score remains 1-0 Ohio Hustle.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Welcome back to Schoonover Stadium in Kent. Top of the third inning, 1-0 Ohio Hustle on top. As you are watching Kent State Invite Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Semifinal 1 of 2 today. The winner of this game takes on the winner of IVL and the MAF Gators, which is to follow at around 1 p.m. today. Again, only 4 games today, all of which fall into this third Kent State Invite. But a lot of good baseball, a lot of good players that we have seen so far today, as we will have seen all but one of our teams through 2 games, which from their IVL is going to be the one that we have not seen yet. And, of course, they have a lot of talent as well. The 1-2, Miller drives it foul. When looking at Miller in the 10th spot, his calling card today has been defense, 2 putouts in the bottom of the 2nd inning, including a great snag of a line drive. It'll go Miller, Miller, Miller. Lucas, Hunter, and Ethan Miller do up this inning. And from Schools, it goes Garraway to Highland, back to Garraway. This 1-2 could be playable down the line, but it's going to go out of play foul. Again, 5 Millers in the starting lineup today. I believe 3 belong to Garraway, which would be Trey, Ethan, and Lucas, and then the other 2, Burl and Highland. The 1-2, a good take. And, of course, for Berlin Highland, you really cannot think about them without mentioning the Monagold family and all they have accomplished over the past couple of years with the Hawks. 2-2, line drive up the middle and down in center field for a leadoff single. Plenty of foul balls from Lucas Miller. Finds one he likes at long last, and it'll be the 3rd base hit today for PressOn. All of which have been singles as well. Bezzosi had one earlier on today. Schlebel had one last inning. And now it's Lucas Miller in the 10th spot, bringing us back to the top of the order with Hunter Miller. To begin the game, he ended up lining out to shorts. Looking at the Ohio Hustle defense in totality, it's Buckley on the mound, Lasinis behind the plate, DeSimone is over at first base, followed by Pulowski at second, Logger at short, Brooks at third, Duvall in left, Russ in center, and Remish out in right. The 1-1 taken into left field, and this one is relatively straightforward for out number 1. A simple snag out there for Duvall. And with 1 away, Ethan Miller in the 3 spot this inning. 2 overall will step in. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. And so far today, that is Jack Buckley's lone strikeouts. As well, a combined 2 strikeouts in general. As this ball thrown down to second will be a little bit wide. Not a bad attempt from Lasinis. Just needs to throw that one more runner side the next time around. But tying run now in scoring position for this PressOn group. And for Miller's sake, you get a single here. You're in a good spot. I want to know why for ball 2. Of course, you do have Bezzosi coming up. For this Ohio Hustle defense, that is not necessarily the guy that you want to see here, but for PressOn, at least as of late, this could be the guy that you absolutely want to put into this space if you could really handpick anybody for it. You look at how clutch he has been. Chance to do it again at the top of the 3rd inning. Still early on in this game, but you don't want to let this one run too long before coming back, as this team is only 1 big inning away from running away with it. And I feel like summer ball, that is the definition of summer ball. 1 inning away from one of the biggest offensive innings that you will see. Something that you really won't see during the high school season. But travel ball, 100% you do. And how often have we seen some really crazy score lines in summer baseball? Just some absolutely ridiculous scores. The 3-1, a good drive into center field, but it's caught for out number 2. Again, good contact from Miller, just directly to Russ in center. And the craziness, you go back to the Mount Regional last year for baseball. You had Rowan scoring 20-plus on pretty much everybody there. I think they scored 20-plus on Catholic twice. Outside of those games, Scholastic ball, it's more low scoring and more straightforward as this ball is put into right field. Bezzosi will put it down, and the lead runner will get held up at third. Bezzosi does his job. That'll put 2 on, 2 down for Beachy. But back to my point, you don't really see those high-scoring games all too often. While here, if a team scores 6 in an inning, you really don't think twice. But time is called here by Ohio Hustle. Buckley trying to figure it out in the 3rd inning. As for PressOn, they are 90 feet away from tying this game up at 1. But as for Brooks Bezzosi, so far today, a stolen base 2 for 2. He has come as advertised again. And if he can keep this up for the rest of the game, he easily could have his second chance at Player of the Week. Which again, you cannot win Player of the Week twice, but if you are nominated once and you don't win, you can be nominated again. Has it ever come up before? No, it really has not. But you can be nominated a second time. Which is, again, my rule because it's my series. But I will say, if it does happen, yes, he can be nominated again. But still a long way away from that. Still plenty of baseball left to play here today. Beachy fouls that one off. Time locally 11:05 a.m., so making relatively good progress in game number 2 as well. Started this one at around 10:33 this morning. So just over a half an hour in. The 0-1, Beachy fouls it off down the right field line. And it looks like there is going to be some action coming in the bullpen. It'll be Zeminski going down with Henry Poe. We'll see who ends up throwing in the pen and who is just out there to catch. The 0-2 is wide. Man, wouldn't be surprised if either one is going to be the one who decides to go out and pitch. The 1-2, Beachy, a line drive into left field. But it is simply caught again by Russ. He has been everywhere across the outfield today, making catch after catch. And this one is a big one as it ends the inning while keeping Ohio Hustle in the driver's seat. When we return, Logger, Duval, and Remish 10-1-2 due up as you are watching Kent State Invite Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
To the bottom of the third inning we go at Schoonover Stadium in Kent, still 1-0 your score. It is going to be a tough task for this PressOn defense to hold up much longer. This Ohio Hustle offense, they have been putting the ball in play constantly. A lot of good swings. It'll be Logger, Duval, and Remish trying to get them back on the board for the first time since the first inning. The 0-1 there for strike 2. But if they can keep this one competitive and close going forward, all it takes is really one good inning, and they could sneak out of here with a result. Or their offense can really put the pieces together and make a resounding claim and a resounding inning happen. And I feel like you look on paper, this is going to be one of your most evenly matched matchups in a bracket play semifinal that we're going to see. These two teams, of course, the jerseys do help with that comparison. But they match up quite well despite having a relatively decent size differential. Miller's 1-2 skips in to Schlebel. Logger, the shortstop, wearing 21, a rising junior out of Lutheran West High School in Rocky River. The 2-2 fly ball sent into right field. And this one will be caught by Bezzosi for out number 1. A routine play, but again, a lot of contact from both teams so far, as we are currently still sitting on only 2 strikeouts. And I wouldn't be surprised if that overall combination stays below 5 when it's all said and done today. But 1 up, 1 down as A.J. Duvall, the lefty, steps in for his second cuts. So far today, Duvall 0 for 1 with a ground out to second. The rising junior places high school ball for Westlake High School. The 0-1 high and wide. But for Ethan Miller, this has been a really good response after the rocky first inning. Looks to keep it going this way. The 1-1 fouled off. And you have to think, we're crowning a champion today. You don't come out here early on a Sunday morning to go out here and bow out early. Both teams want this one. They want to go and play later on today to try and win the whole thing. The 1-2 popped up and out of play. I mean, especially given all of the implications of recruitments. Summer baseball turned from a fun pastime to fighting for your future, and every single game impacts that. The 1-2 runs well inside on Duvall. And I feel like that's why it's become a lot more competitive than when I played. And, of course, the levels are a lot different. But each tournament, it might not have overall meaning to a team, but in general, the wins do. 2-2, a good survival cut. I know I mentioned this idea last summer, but I still wish there was a way that you'd take some teams, their records in certain tournaments, and make it a bracket at the end. One final tournament just to decide who the overall age group champion is in the area. The 2-2, Duvall taken over towards first, just sneaks by. The throw to 1, not in time. Duvall just beats it out. You talk about defensive cover. That was perfectly executed by PressOn, all things considered. But in the end, just couldn't get it done. You look at Ulmer, he gave everything he had to get there. Miller ended up getting it in right field from second. And the fact that Ethan Miller was even over there with time to spare to even cover, I feel like that's the most impressive part of that play defensively. But Duvall will take the infield single. And now this one's played over towards short. They will get him this time over at second for out number 2. Again, all things considered, I think that'll be a productive out, but yet a satisfying out for PressOn. I mean, you nearly had him. Very close to getting him over at first. You get him at second. You'll take it, as that'll bring us to Braden Brooks, the third baseman. As for PressOn, they will turn to Trey Miller, Tanner Ulmer, and Kendrick Mast, 5 through 7 in the fourth. Still 1-0. The only run coming in courtesy of John Blazer's RBI single in the bottom of the first inning. Runner goes in the 0-1. The pitch is low. Throw down to second. It's going to skip away. And Franco Remesh will take his base, his second stolen base of the game so far. And you know he wants a little bit more than what he has already. Just trying to help his team get a little insurance on the board. The 1-1 will miss, it looks like. Definitely a good spot. You go from Brooks, it goes to D. Simone in the on-deck circle. Right now, Ohio Hustle trying to keep this inning going. And a good survival cut will do just that. Again, up next, IVL versus the MAF Gators. That game's scheduled for 1 p.m. And it does look like a few of the Gators have made their way back to Schoonover Stadium. Good drive up the middle over towards short. Throw on over to first base is high but in time. And the inning is over on the throw from Beachy. We now head to the fourth inning. Score remains 1-0 in favor of Ohio Hustle here in Kent.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
We continue to the top of the fourth inning. Score remains 1-0 Ohio Hustle as you are watching Kent State Invite Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel in partnership with the 965 Midwest Tournament Challenge. Been a fun day so far at the ballpark. One good game earlier, 6-2. The MAF Gators ending Ohio Eagles their run towards a potential tournament title. The 1-1 is taken into right field and caught for out number one. A simple play out there for Franco Remish. Second time today that Trey Miller has flown out to right field. And that'll take us to Tanner Ulmer, the first baseman, 0 for 1 today with a fly out to Russ in center. And we have called Russ's name so many times already as he has been very active out in center field as well. Just goes to show how well both teams have hit the baseball today. The only issue is, well, just like this one, it's playable, and in this case, catchable. 2 up, 2 down. A nice ranging play over at second base that time for Pulowski. And with 2 away, that'll bring us to Kendrick Mast, the DH. Again, we're looking at a game with a combined 2 strikeouts. 1 for each pitcher so far. And that really does not tell the story. But it does tell how quick this game has gone. The defense is both putting on a show. As well, for those wondering, I believe the earliest that we could start the next game would be 12:30. The 2-0 high for ball 3, but I think we would need a record finish to even have that be a question. But I do believe half hour early to play is the earliest you can ask a team to be ready here. The 3-0 well inside for ball 4. So Kendrick Mast will take his base, and that'll bring us to Eric Schlaball, the catcher. But as long as this game stays 1-0 and the defense continues to look like this, it is going to be tough for either team to find whether it be their second word in the case of Ohio Hustle or their first in PressOn's case. But that ball is going to skip away from the catcher. And the tying run now stands in scoring position for PressOn. That's one of those you have to take advantage of, and that's exactly what PressOn does. Lasinis just couldn't keep it in front, and that's the big thing I preach to catchers. Knock it down and go left, right, in front. Cannot get behind you. The 1-0. Schlaball thought about it, but holds in the end. A big spot for the rising senior out of Garraway High School. The 1-1 holds for strike 2. In the on-deck circle afterwards, it is Colton Taggarts. PressOn. Their tying run in scoring position. Can they bring him in? Not this inning. Swing and a miss from Schlaball. Second strikeout for Buckley, and the inning is over. Third combined punch out today for the pitching staffs. And this one continues to be a pitcher's duel. To the bottom of the fourth we go. Score remains 1-0 Ohio Hustle.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Going back to game number one, this was the breaking point of that game, the bottom of the fourth inning. Could it be the case again here? 1-0 your score. A narrow lead for Ohio Hustle as it is DeSimone, Blazer, and Russ stepping in. DeSimone takes this one over towards first. Knockdown, flip to one is in time for out number one. Again, good communication on the flip play off towards the right side of the infield. And if nothing else, that's the big positive today for PressOn. Their communication has been great. And they really haven't had too many issues with the transfers. And you go back to last week, I forget which team it was offhand, but the flip up the middle between short and second, they couldn't get the transfer down. It was such a weird thing they couldn't figure it out, as that time Blazer will have that one hit off his back. RBI single his first time up, hard 90 his second. And that'll give Eric Russ, the center fielder, a chance to make amends as he struck out looking his first time up. One down already this inning. But this is where Ohio Hustle can kind of put their foot in the ground and go forward. But they definitely need some run support. Now, based on how the game has gone, would one run be enough to win? Of course, right now the obvious answer is yes, because it is 1-0 and the math says so. But realistically, I feel like to be confident, 3-0, 2-0 even, I would say you're a lot more confident than just the one run suggests. But I feel like that 3 to 4 range, that's where you want to be to win this game. The 2-0 fouled back. Of course, if PressOn can score, that changes. But we haven't seen enough from that group to suggest they're going to come out and score 3 to 4. Of course, if you get Buckley out of the game, then maybe. And same with Miller. If you get him out of the game, then that probably would be your run support, as this one is skied over towards third and caught for out number 2. Nice job by Caleb Miller. Not in the lineup today hitting, but in the lineup over at third base, and that is a massive play. It might not seem like much, but every single out that PressOn can get here without giving up a run is huge. You have to think they have 9 outs to play with. They need 1 to tie, 2 to take the lead. It's all easier said than done. And given how strong this Ohio Hustle defense has been, kind of think it'll take a lot more than just some good, timely hitting to break through them. But Ethan Miller continues to pitch a great game. Strike one called on Lassonus, the catcher. After the number 7 hitter, it turns over to Chase Pulowski. The 0-1 knocked down behind the plate. Schlebel able to keep it close. And there is no advancement there from Blazer. Palacios this past season batted .350 with 12 RBIs, 4 doubles, and 2 stolen bases for the Westlake Demons. The 1-1 just going to miss for ball 2. And Westlake, they didn't have a bad season in the end, bowing out to Archbishop Hoban in the district finals. But if that's who you lose to, given their nature and just given their standard, it's not the end of the world. Fly ball now into right field, and Bezzosi is there to make the grab to retire the side. Again, it's Brooks Bezzosi with a catch. So many already this season, so many big plays for him. But this group in general needs someone to step up when we return. Taggart, Lucas Miller, Hunter Miller, 9, 10, and 1 due up. 9 outs to play with. To the 5th we go. Score remains 1-0 Ohio Hustle.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
It's Colton Taggart leading off for PressOn in the top of the 5th inning. 9, 10, and 1 due up, down by 1. 9 outs to play with. That is going to be the key statistic going forward for PressOn Athletics. They need to find a way to score. It's plain and simple. The defense has held up their end. Outside of the first inning, they have been great. But it won't be enough as things stand. The 0-1 flown foul. Now, in most cases, if your defense only holds your opposition to 1 run, 9 times out of 10, you win that game. However, this would, as of right now, be the one time that doesn't apply. The 0-2, it's perfect. 1 up, 1 down. An absolute no-doubter from Jack Buckley, his 3rd strikeout today. It is back-to-back as well, going back to last inning. I mean, that ball, if it wasn't called a strike, I would have been shocked. Just perfect placement in the end as Lucas Miller now steps in. As I mentioned, I wouldn't be surprised if the strikeout tally is 5 or less combined, and that will bring us up to 4. Just shows how important the swings have been today for both sides and how important both defenses behind the pitchers have been. The 2-0 wide for ball 3. In the on-deck circle after after Lucas Miller, it goes to Hunter Miller. But a good response from Buckley. He can't let this one get away from him too quickly. Just needs to get some outs. The 3-1, Miller takes it into center field, and it's caught. Yet again, it is Russ with a catch for out number 2. And we will go back to the top of the order, and with going back to the top of the order, Keep in mind, the magic number is now 7 for Ohio Hustle to make it to the championship game later on today against the winner of IVL and the MAF Gators. Should be a fun 1 versus 4 matchup coming up next at around noon. Or they're not noon, at 1. But again, as this game currently sits, it's 11:30. We are about at the hour mark. So again, a quicker game. The 2-0, it connects for strike 1. And I'm sure for Ohio Hustle, their goal is to go out and score a few more runs to feel more comfortable, especially for this defense who has been great today. They want to get the shutout, yes, but just in case they can't get it done, even 1 run of insurance, a little bit of buffer, and that would go a long way for this group's confidence. Full count 3-2 on Hunter Miller. Buckley looking to end the inning here. Instead, it's taken up the middle and through into center field it goes. A nice swing from Hunter Miller after 2 lineouts earlier on today. He will get his first base hits. And that'll bring us to Ethan Miller, the pitcher. A strikeout and a lineout. But the tying run now stands at first base for PressOn. They do have 2 outs, that is worth noting. But a better chance going forward. And it'll as well be interesting to see how long both pitchers are kept in the game. The only reason right now that I think you would consider it, as this back pick is going to be a little bit late, would be pitch count. If you don't have a pitch count, that is, I would say, north of 85 by the end of the 5th inning. Odds are both pitchers are going to stay on. Maybe you warm somebody up. There was some earlier action for Ohio Hustle. But I think right now, just because of how good both pitchers have been, you don't make that change as this ball is flown into right field. And this one is going to get down foul. How big would that have been if it was fair? You talk about the swing that has been evading both teams. That was it. Even the RBI single earlier on today wasn't clear and concise. It was one that kind of just was too powerful for the third baseman to knock down. That ball would have just bounced on the line and went fair. You are talking about a 1-1 game. The 2-1 pulled over down the third base line this time. 2-2 count. And again, Buckley 1 strike away, 1 out away from getting out of this inning. With this PressOn group so scrappy, can they continue this inning? At least for 1 more pitch they can. You look at the way they've battled, too. You feel like this is a team that is fighting for a full season, not a team fighting for their second tournament of the campaign. Payoff pitch wide for ball 4. That'll put 2 on, 2 down for Brooks Bezzosi. 2 for 2 today. A stolen base as well. He has been excellent. And now the question comes back after just kind of thinking, okay, you are going to see Buckley finish this one out. Is this going to do it for him? And it will. I don't hate the decision. I'm kind of surprised to see it here. But Buckley's day will be done. Not a bad outing for him right now. Still a shutout victory on the horizon. But still some work to do to earn that. The call to the bullpen has been made. And when we return, we will have a new arm on the mound for Ohio Hustle. It is the 2 seed hanging on to their 1-0 lead narrowly in the top of the 5th.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
The call to the bullpen has been made. It is Logger on to pitch. We did see some earlier action in the bullpen, and part of that action is now over at short. That being Poe coming in, the rising sophomore out of St. Ed's High School. We'll see him place of the rising junior out of Lutheran West, who now takes his place on the mound. A good outing from Buckley, but he will toss it over to the former shortstop to try and get out of this jam, with Brooks Bezzosi, the red-hot right fielder, stepping in 2 for 2 so far today with a stolen base. And a chance to make it 3 for 3. While also, maybe, just maybe, tying up this game. The 1-0, Bezzosi will hold. Count out 2-0. And it looks like the Gators are going to go and begin their preparations for the semifinals to come. Again, they will be taking on IVL at 1 o'clock today. The 2-0, they will back pick down to second. It's close, but not in time. An aggressive idea behind the play by Lassines. I don't hate the decision at all. You want to make sure that that runner stays honest. If that's how you make the third out, that would have been huge for this defense. Loggers 2-1, Bezzosi, a drive deep to left field. Duvall is there and will make the play to end the inning. Duvall and company needed one more out, and they get it at long last against one of the most difficult guys to take out in this entire lineup. To the bottom of the 5th inning we go. Score remains 1-0. Ohio Hustle hanging in this one, in control on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Ohio Hustle avoids a 5th inning scare. Their offense needing to do some work, up 1-0. Still in control of this game, yes. But as we saw PressOn really starting to figure it out and put the pieces together. This one taken over towards second. Miller's throw is perfect. It's 1 up, 1 down as Pulowski once again is retired by Lucas Miller. After Pulowski, it's Buckley and Lager, but it could be somebody else stepping in place of Buckley, and it will be. It'll be Poe, kind of as expected. That was the full change. He steps in the lineup. Lager, of course, was already batting, so he doesn't have to come in the pitcher slot. So you bring on Henry Poe to try and do some damage here. Getting runners on right now is key, as that has been a big struggle. Ethan Miller has done well to keep this one 1-0. That matching number is 6, yes, for the defense, but of course, easier said than done, as we saw last inning. The 1-1, Poe will swing and miss. I will say, at least for today's sake, the most consistent hitter you just took out. That is a big confidence boost for Ohio Hustle, but it only does so much if they have to go right back to work in a few minutes. The 1-2, Poe flies it foul. Even more so, that's why you need your offense to come out here and play a couple of runs, or at least get a relatively long half inning. Give your defense a chance to reset and get back to work in the 6th. Again, the 1-2, again foul. But it's exhausting to go right back out there after a long inning already. That is where the simple plays can become a lot more difficult. We will see if that is the case, though, in the 6th, especially if we get there in the next few moments. Ethan Miller's 1-2. It is there for strike 3 looking. 2 down. Ethan Miller gets his second strikeout of the day. And his defense really enjoying this one. But I'm sure we'll be enjoying it a little bit more if they did have a run to show for it offensively. Still time to get it done. But right now the focus is Lager in the 10 spots. Miller, a good miss there for ball 1. As well, make sure you do stick with us for our final commercial break once this game is over, as we will announce our player of the game, presented by CrossFit Strongsville. The 1-0 runs well inside for ball 2. And again, up next, as they're starting to semi-arrive here, it is IVL as the 1 seed taking on the number 4 seed MAF Gators. Here's the 2-0. And Miller misses high for ball 3. That game could potentially start a little bit early, just depending on what time we are done with this one. But the initial and right now scheduled start time for that matchup is going to be at 1. And there is ball 4 to Lager. He will take his base. And we go back to the top of the order with A.J. Duvall. Duvall, a single and a ground out so far, had the last catch of the top of the inning. And now a chance for the rising junior out of Westlake High School to go and move along his lead runner. And his only runner in this case. Right decision there, you take. It's an 0-1 count, but I think just kind of based on what we saw from that last at-bat. You wait to see a strike, you get the strike, and now a chance to be more open. And speaking of more open, the sun is starting to try to come back out here at Schoonover Stadium. The 0-1 bunt is shown down the third base line. Nobody was expecting it. And with it, there's no play anywhere. That is how you execute a bunt. Perfect placement from Duvall. Now 2 for 3 on the day. And Franco Remish a chance to come in and really get one of the biggest hits of the day. When you come out here, you make it 2-0. You're feeling a lot more confident entering the 6th inning. And again, as I've already mentioned, that 1 run, it really doesn't seem like much, but it will feel a lot more than just the 1 run if you get it. And that's a big reason why this game is not already over. Both teams have had extended innings. It's just the 1 run in the first. That is all we will remember, at least for now. Looking at PressOn in the 6th, it'll be Beachy, Miller, and Ulmer. 4 through 6 due up. Count sitting at 1-1. Remish will take inside for ball 2. Again tomorrow, 4 and 6 over at Fisher Field in Berea. Release versus Premier WRCL Baseball. The 2-1 low for ball 3. And depending on what happens today for Brunswick's group, then Premier, of course, will have a better chance to go and get themselves in a semi-okay spot to make it to the NABF World Series. The 3-1 Remish will fly it foul, and we are full. That Premier team runner-up a few years ago, and now trying to even make it to the Final Four, which you make it to that top 4. Your Final Four becomes a new tournament, which is the NABF. But 2 big games today against the Mountaineer Lumber Company, another group that they're trying to fight for and trying to fight with to get into the big dance. Payoff pitch. Remish takes it into right center field, and it's going to get down. That's the swing they have been waiting for. 1 run will score. Here comes Duvall as well, and he will do the same. It's a 2 RBI double. Exactly what the doctor ordered. It is Franco Remish making it 3-0 Ohio Hustle. This team was due. We've known the entire time they could do it, and they finally deliver. Payoff pitch, hit and run executed perfectly. And these 2 runs will do wonders going forward for the number 2 seed. Forget feeling comfortable. They still want more. Good take there from Brooks for ball 1. And now for PressOn, your question becomes, do you think about a pitching change here? At least heading into the 6th, do you? Play ball tries for the back pick, but it's not going to work out. But one of the biggest hits that we have seen so far today. Franco Remish, a massive hit. The 2-0 connects for strike 1. For PressOn, that makes things a lot more difficult. But as I said earlier, if you are in that 3 to 4 run spot, you're feeling semi-confident to more confident about where you sit. The 2-1 taken over towards short, picked up on the run, throw to 1. It is not in time, it's going to go wide, and that'll make it 4-0. That is why you always hustle down the line. It'll be an error that scores the run, but Braden Brooks still does his job, and this lead feeling a lot more comfortable for Ohio Hustle. Up 4-0 as Kellen DeSimone, the first baseman, will step back in. A walk and a ground out so far for him today. But a 3-run 5th. Ooh, close over at first. Ethan Miller thought for a second he had the pickoff. But instead, we are going to see DeSimone hit. That's a good hold to begin. 1-0 the count. 6'2", 190 in stature. Exit velo right around 84 after batting .255 this past season for the Middies. Again, this is a 15U roster playing in a 16U invitational tournament. One of the youngest groups, if not the youngest group here, and they are proving why they belong. Again, throw back to first, not in time. And for the most part, with the exception of a couple of players, this is a group of class of 2029 players. And with that in mind, it's a bunch of players who really aren't even able to be contacted by college coaches yet. At least in that new contact period sense. The 3-0 is there for strike 1. But this inning definitely changes the dynamic going forward of how this game is going to be looked at. But Ohio Hustle 1 foot in the championship door. DeSimone on the 3-1, fouls it away, and we are full. After the first baseman, it goes to Blazer, who opened the scoring back in the first inning. Can Ohio Hustle continue this great inning? Or will PressOn finally get their chance to come and respond? The payoff pitch, DeSimone laces it into right field and down. The inning will continue. It's another good swing for this Ohio Hustle offense. And they keep the good times rolling. DeSimone now 1 for 2 on the day. And that'll bring us to John Blazer. Time is going to be called here by Coach Hansey. And I believe that is going to do it for Ethan Miller. Did what he could today, but in the 5th inning, this Ohio Hustle team figured it out. They have taken control of this game. And now we'll see officially if he does come out or not. But either way, more could have been done. This offense just didn't figure it out. Ohio Hustle, their offense did figure it out. And that is going to be what is remembered, at least as of right now, for this semifinal. But the call of the bullpen has been made. Miller's day is going to be done. And when we return, PressOn will have a new arm trying to get them out of the 5th inning here in Kent.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
The call to the bullpen has been made. It is Trey Miller coming on to throw for PressOn as they try to make their way out of this inning. But this has been an inning dreaded, but potentially expected from this Ohio Hustle team. It took them a minute to find their rhythm, but at least a 3 spot. This PressOn offense, looking ahead to them in the 6th inning and the 7th inning. They need something to come out of this one with a chance to go to the championship. But as things stand, this game belongs to Ohio Hustle. The 1-1 good take for ball 2. After Blazer, it goes to Russ, then Lassines. And that would complete one go-around for Ohio Hustle, if they can make that happen. The 2-1 skips in for ball 3. And just to put it out there, if Blazer walks, the run rule inducing run and Eric Russ would come up to the plates. The 3-1 Blazer, a good drive deep to left field, and this one is going to get down for extra bases. Blazer has done it again. 2 runs will score. Blazer will cruise to second. It is a 2 RBI double. It is now 6-0 Ohio Hustle. We expected it. We truly expected it this entire game, and it is here. The breakout inning. Blazer now 3 RBIs today. And I'll tell you what, this offense is making my job a lot more difficult going forward as to who the player of the game is going to be. But this is one of those cases that you will be okay with that. Just considering the great brand of baseball that they have brought out today. I mentioned him a little bit ago. Catching up to Colloran in exit velo. He could become that next Braden Colloran for St. Ignatius. Or is it a sore subject to say the next Sora Solitaria here at Kent? Is that sore subject? I don't know, because again, he went off to Texas. Can't really blame him in that department. The 1-1 is flown foul. And again, you get Drew Denham out of Mount Union. So, is it worst case scenario for Kent? Not really. Do you wish Sawyer stayed? Yes, you do get some good pieces. And who knows, maybe you'll double dip from Mount and also take our ace along with it and Ty Dennison, who entered the portal. It's not a good day as a Mount Union fan. It really isn't, finding that out that he's in the portal. And I believe from the rankings that I saw, Ty Dennison is the number 1 D3 pitcher in the portal right now. Of course, Zions was there and committed to West Virginia, so that name is off the board. The 1-2, swing and a miss. This side is retired. Trey Miller gets his first strikeout, but the damage has been more than done. A 5 spot for Ohio Hustle. To the 6th we go, 6-0. The 2 seed in prime position to advance to the championship game.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
What a difference one inning makes. From 1-0 to 6-0 we go in the span of around 15 minutes. Incredible. Beachy, Miller, Ulmer, 4 through 6, trying to help out PressOn here in the top of the 6th inning. They need some run support. They have needed the runs the entire game. But Ohio Hustle, they figured it out first, and they are in a prime spot to make it to the championship game. That is to follow at around 3:15 today. Who do they play next? IVL or the MAF Gators? I think either team will be a tough matchup. Of course, IVL is the team to beat as the 1 seed. This Ohio Hustle team looks so good top to bottom. They will be tough to take out. And I really did like how PressOn matched up against them earlier. I expected it heading in, this would be one of the closer games, and for 5 innings it was. But at the end of the 5th inning, things just got out of hand, and Ohio Hustle pretty much on cruise control. But still, they make play after play. It's 1 up, 1 down. An excellent throw across from Brooks at third. And now that ball is going to go down the line a little bit. Maybe not what they were hoping for there, but still. The magic number is now 5 for this Ohio Hustle defense, and they really can count down from it. And as well, for those wondering about the time frame for the next game, I would say around a half an hour after this one is done, we will begin that game. So right now, I would expect around a 12:45 start time. Of course, if you look at this game from the run rule perspective, if it's another good inning for Ohio Hustle and they play 2, we would be done a little bit early. The 0-1 will skip in. And from there, we would, quote-unquote, flip to the afternoon session. Not that it's really divided that way at all. It's just kind of the start times. 2 in the a.m., 2 in the p.m. But again, an 8:30 start time is not for the faint of heart. Even 10:45 can be early. The 2-1, good line drive into left field, and it's down the line for extra bases. perfectly one-hopping off the wall. It's Trey Miller, the new pitcher, with a stand-up 2-out double. This is the offense that the PressOn Athletics have been waiting to see. Maybe a little bit too late, but Miller's first base hit of the game, and it's a perfect swing. Just watching it back on the replay, got every bit of that baseball and just put it down the line and off the wall perfectly. Again, even if it is a little bit too late in the end, it's still a good sign of things to come for this team, who still does have a chance in this game. You just need some excellent run support as Tanner Ulmer, the first baseman, will step in. A flyout and a pop-out so far today for him. But if you can at least score one, you're in the right place. Schleyball down the line. Again, it goes to the corner. One run will score. Miller is able to come in from second. Schleyball, he will cruise to second, and he will stop there. Holds on a second. The PressOn Athletics are figuring it out. It's an RBI double for Eric Schleyball. Or rather, not Schleyball, it's for Tanner Ulmer. Back-to-back doubles. This one an RBI double. Mass now comes in. Schleyball in the on-deck circle, but Tanner Ulmer, what a swing. Put that one in a perfect spot. And now I think this is where Logger is going to go and have a word with his catcher, Lassimus. Which I think this is where, as well, you have to settle things down a little bit. You're still up by 5. You're in a great spot going forward. You have the run supports. But for PressOn, if you can play a few here, it'll be interesting going into the 7th inning. And the more interesting they make this one, the better. And who knows, maybe this is where they go out and make their stand and score a bunch of runs and walk out of here with a crazy game. The 1-0 taken for strike one. Again, that's kind of what happened with the Eagles. They gave up a bunch of runs. They were down 6-0. Played it a few. It was just a little bit too late in the end, but they did make it interesting down the stretch. But right now, Logger, some really good pitching. Hits the outside edge that time for strike two. Trying to take care of Kendrick Mast. But we'll have to wait as that time he hangs it high for ball one. As well, it's 12:01, so officially, welcome to the afternoon. Been a long day of baseball so far at Schoonover Stadium, but officially into the latter hours of the day as there is ball three. We are full. But it just shows how interesting this game has been. Both offenses really kicking it into high gear in one little portion of the game. Here's the payoff pitch. It's high and in for ball four. And this inning will continue, giving Eric Schleyball a chance to step in. 1 for 2 on the day. But this is the spot that he wants to be in. 1 down, 2 on. If you are Ohio Hustle, how much are you thinking about your bullpen? Is that a conversation here? I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Just depends what happens here with Schleyball. And it's a good take high for ball one to get it going. Again, 1 run going into the bottom of the 5th inning. We now have 6 in the last 4 outs combined. The offense arrived just a little bit later than expected. And this is why I like this matchup so much for both teams. I feel like it's two groups that really match each other quite well. The 2-0 is high for ball 3, and after Schleyball, it goes to Taggarts. And eventually you can hit around a little bit right when you're looking for somebody to step up, that if this inning goes this way, that you could tie it up. You're looking at Bezzosi in the 3 spot again. The 3-0, it's in the dirt for ball 4, and the bases are loaded. 1 down, top of the 6th inning. Time will be called here by the Ohio Hustle coaching staff. It is decision time. Is this just a conversation to settle them down, or does somebody else get the chance here? We'll see what they opt to do. It's definitely an interesting decision. I wouldn't hate either one. I think this is one that you just kind of have to Know what your guys can bring to the table. This is game number 21. You know who you have. You know what your ball players are capable of. And it looks like in this instance, he is going to trust Logger on the mound. But you know what you have at this point in the season. This is not like game number 1 a few weeks back where, hey, you're all really meeting up for the first time here to go play some ball. No, you guys know each other now. And as a coach, you also know how to manage your team. What a spot here for Taggarts. Now, if this were to be a walk, I do think you make that change. I do think we see it in that case. Just depends on how this one goes. There are so many different instances of how this at-bat ends up finishing. A few definitely keep him on the mound. A few do take him out of the game. And that's the beauty of baseball. It's a cause and effect game at its finest. The 1-1 wide for ball 2. And pretty much the pressure right now is on Logger. His defense has made the plays that they have been asked to. He just needs to step up here and either give them something that they can do something with or get the strikeouts. But right now he is 1 ball away from walking in run number 2 and making it a 4-run game, and with it, bringing up the tying run in Lucas Miller. Can Logger get it done here? Not quite. It's ball 4. Bases remain loaded. 3rd consecutive walk. And with that in mind, Lucas Miller, the tying run, steps in for PressOn. This is what I mean by creating a wild game. Who would have thought last inning? Everything that we saw from this Ohio Hustle offense, that they would still have to battle defensively in the 6th. As well, there hasn't been any recent action in that bullpen. You might have to go and pull somebody from the field and see if they can get it done. The 1-0 is high. Nope, they're going to call it a strike in the end. Definitely a high strike, but one that is plausible. But the last 3 at-bats have ended in walks for Logger. The 1-1 this time well high. And that's the issue. I'm thinking, based on what we're seeing, is he just releasing too early? Is it as simple as that? Which, of course, it's not as simple in real time, but is it just that? Yeah, it is. He's releasing at the highest point. He needs a little bit more. Of course, they need to run the risk of an overcorrect, but he is releasing way too early. That's his issue. It looks better that time, but still, it's going to miss high for ball 4. 4th consecutive walk, 2nd one that brings in a run. It is now 6-3, and the tying run is at first. Here comes coach, and the call to the bullpen will be made. Who do you bring in? This isn't as clear as, hey, we had this guy warming up in the pen for a while. He's ready to go. This is going to be who can step up on the diamond and make something happen. This game going off the rails. In the middle of the 5th, it was 1-0. In the top of the 6th, still 1 down. It's 6-3. Can the Athletics get back in it? We find out when we return.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
This is where things get interesting. Top of the sixth, one down, 6-3 your score. Tying run for PressOn Athletics stands at first. As here comes Hunter Miller at the top of the order. As well as Henry Poe now on the mound for Ohio Hustle. And his first pitch is high for ball one. That has been the issue this inning for the pitching staff. Pretty much every single miss has been high. What a spot, though, for Hunter Miller. 2 lineouts and a base hit. 1 for 3 total. The 1-0 Poe is able to find the strike zone for the first time. And he needs to keep it going. You really cannot afford any mistakes here. But this team is definitely lucky that their offense came to play in the 5th. And again, this is why these two groups match up so well. The 1-1 is wide, and a nice stop there by Lasmus. I mean, that ball gets behind him, then Lasmus is giving up a run. That time, saved it. The 2-1 is inside for ball 3. If this were to be a walk, this will be the 5th in a row for Ohio Hustle. 4 from Logger. 1 for Poe. And it will be. It's ball 4. The 3rd RBI walk in a row. It's 6-4. The go-ahead run is now at first. I mean, this is incredible. And as I mentioned, if you can continue this inning with a chance to tie up the game or take the lead, you would go to Brooks Bezzosi, one of your most confident and clutch hitters. He is in the on-deck circle. And ball 1 is high and in. And for Brooks, it might not even be about hitting if he comes in. But of course, he always thinks about it. We've seen him produce. He has a chance to do it again. This whole team has a chance. The 1-0 is high for ball 2. I have never seen anything like this. It's the same miss every single time for 2 different pitchers. Of 2 different statures, too. And this one is going to be popped up going into left field, and it is going to be caught for out number 2. That's the first ball put in play in a while, and that will end the run of 5 consecutive walks. But it's really interesting to see how that sequence went. A lot of the high misses. And now for Bezzosi, the tie. That is probably what he is being asked to do here. Base hit would do it. And I feel like that take until you see a strike mantra has been removed. But he will anyway. 0-1 the counts. Brooks Bezzosi, 2 for 3 today. What does the junior out of New Philadelphia High School have here for an encore? The 0-1 is high and in. I mean, this game looked to be pretty clear-cut early on. It was going to run this way, and we were going to move on from it with one of these teams getting a scrappy win, but it's far from the case now. The 1-1 Bezzosi fouls it back. And Ohio Hustle is 1 strike away from getting out of this tough inning. Up 6-4, a 10-run total game so far. Will the madness continue? Or can Ohio Hustle get out of this inning and get within 3 outs of the win? The 1-2 will miss. Once again, coming up next, it is IVL taking on the MAF Gators. Should be a very interesting matchup as well. The 2-2, Bezzosi, a good drive down the left field line, but it's going to go foul. Again, that's what he brings to the table. Every single swing, you kind of jump, you kind of expect it. But he'll have to try it again here. After Bezzosi, it goes to Beachy, then Trey Miller. Once again, the 2-2. He will foul it back. A good survival cut. One heck of a battle here between Henry Poe and Brooks Bezzosi. 6-4, 2 down, top of the 6th inning. Again, the 2-2. Bezzosi chops it over towards third, but foul down the line. He's on it. He has been on it every single time so far. It just goes to show how impressive this PressOn team is. Dead in the water to still have a chance in this game. Once more, the 2-2. Bezzosi takes, and we are full. Poe thought it was strike three. His entire defense thought it was strike three. But doesn't get the call in the end. And here comes what you could say is the biggest pitch of the day so far. Poe's payoff. Bezzosi swings and misses. Poe gets out of the inning. It'll remain 6-4 Ohio Hustle. He came on to settle things down, and he did just that. Middle of six in Kent. 6-4 now your score. Ohio Hustle remains on top in this semifinal.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
I mentioned it at the top of the first broadcast today that this Kent State invite, the third one in particular, at least as of last year, brings the drama. And this year has not disappointed. 6-4, bottom of the sixth inning. We've had a combined 9-run score in the last two half innings. Middle of 5, 1-0. Middle of 6, 6-4. Shows how quick the game of baseball can flip on its head. And it definitely has today. Trey Miller's 0-1, perfect for strike two. It'll go Lassines, Pulowski, and Buckley. And Buckley being replaced by Poe most likely will stay in place. So 7-9 due up. The 0-2 just misses. And I think from where Lassines was standing, that looked a lot worse out of the hand than it actually ended up being. Now the 1-2, driven foul. And there is some action in the bullpen for Ohio Hustle. Question is, how are they going to treat the seventh inning? Do you give your guy a chance to get out of it, or do you make that quick change? The 1-2, it's there. Trey Miller gets his second strikeout of the day. Back-to-back going back to last inning. It's 1 up, 1 down. And that'll bring in Chase Pulowski, the second baseman. A line out and a ground out, both over towards second base. And again, off towards the right side. This time, foul into his dugout. Count 0-1. Once again, the winner of this game plays again at 3:15 today. The 0-1 just a bit wide. If not mistaken, that one for Miller was even going to be behind a righty. Just lost it a little bit there, and of course the good thing is nobody was on. Pulowski, a good hold on the 1-1. Now 2-1 the counts. Trying to do something here, up by 2. but not a comfortable lead as we've seen. Pulowski, fly ball. It's going to be foul, and out of play it goes. So 2-2 the count on the second baseman. Haven't really called his name all too much today. But a chance for the rising sophomore out of Nordonia to get on for the first time. The 2-2, Pulowski, good drive into center field. But easily caught for out number 2. A nice simple grab out there in center by Hunter Miller. And of course, Miller bumping over back when the pitching change is made, moving Trey Miller in. And I believe with it, I wouldn't be surprised at least to see out in left field Ethan Miller, but that is unconfirmed right now. I'll check real quick to see who's out there. And I do believe that is him. The 1-0 held on, but still a strike. 1-1 the count. Poe, of course, some good pitching in the 6th. Has more to do in the 7th if he does stay on the mound. The 1-1, swing and a miss. For Ohio Hustle, they have 1 strike to play with this inning. And then they need 3 outs to go and get a scrappy win in the end. The 1-2, Poe stays alive, flying this one foul. And off to the lower concourse it goes. Trey Miller trying to end it here. The 1-2. Poe, he gets jammed up. It's going to be in play. Throw to first on the bare hand is wide. Don't know if that is what he was going for, but still it works out perfectly for Henry Poe. It'll be an infield single, a 2-way, bringing up Lager. And Lager, as you would expect, would stay in the game. It's really interesting to see all the moves and how it has worked out for the batting order itself. Ground ball up the middle, going towards center field and through. A nice hit there from Lager, keeping this one alive. And A.J. Duvall will now step in at the top of the order, going around now for the 4th time. It's good, timely hitting again from this group. Of course, we saw it last inning, time and time again. But even now, up by 2, you still maybe need 1 more. And I feel like that would help and go a long ways. Duvall puts this one down in right center field. And they will hold the lead runner at 3rd. It was a good relay, but I'm kind of surprised they didn't send him home. Instead, 3rd consecutive base hit. He did the damage last time. A chance for him to do it again. It is Franco Remish, the right fielder, coming back in. A single, a fielder's choice, and a 2 RBI double so far today for Remish. Potentially 1 more really good swing away from putting this game to rest. Remish has the right idea, but fouls that one off. Once again, up next at around 1 p.m. today, it is semifinal number 2 between the MAF Gators and IVL. The 0-1 is there. Count now 0-2. And I think a lot of people not too pleased with that decision from the umpire. Definitely was an interesting one. Now Trey Miller's 0-2. Remish puts it over towards first, but it's caught. Homer with maybe the biggest catch of the day keeps it 6-4 as we will head to the 7th inning. 3 outs to play with, down by 2 runs. Should be a fun finish when we return. 6-4 Ohio Hustle looks for the win when we return to Schoonover Stadium.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Three outs to go. Ohio Hustle 3 outs away from getting what would be an amazing win over PressOn Athletics. A great game start to finish. A lot of drama in the middle. This game looked to be an open and shut case. 6-0 at one point. But 6-4, 3 outs to play with. Beachy, Miller, and Ulmer 4 through 6, trying to give PressOn Athletics one final rally to go out here and take the lead. The 1-0 well inside for ball 2, as it is now Eric Russ on the mound. The rising sophomore out of St. Ignatius comes on to try and earn the save for Ohio Hustle, and with it, win number 15 on the year. The 2-0, there it is, his first strike. As well, make sure you do stick with us after our final commercial break once this one is over, as we will announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. The 2-1 also there goes to the outside this time, and we are even at 2-2. But this great battle coming down to this. It is what we expected today, and it's going to be a much-deserved victory to whoever gets it. And now time is called before the 2-2. Beachy so far today has walked, has flown out, and has grounded out. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Lobbed wide, and we are full. But this is what tournament baseball is supposed to be about. A random semifinal on a random Sunday being one of the best games of the year. Payoff pitch, BG stays alive. Again, this is why I feel like there should be a final tournament at the end of the year. You combine records, the best so many teams advance, and you do that. It adds a league aspect into a tournament and makes every game meaningful. And you potentially get more games like this. Again, the payoff. Beachy, a good drive. Deep to left field, still going back. And this one is going to one-hop the wall. Beachy cruising to second will stop there with a leadoff double. Once again, hold on a minute. Here comes PressOn Athletics. Yet another double for this offense. Battle to get to this payoff pitch. And boom, what a swing. Nearly had a chance to get over on the hop, but in the end stays inside the park. And just like that, Beachy in scoring position. And here comes the tying run in Trey Miller. A double his last time up. Just shows how interesting of a finish this is truly going to be. And the first pitch is inside. Is it a balk though? Yes. It won't matter. The ball will come off the board. But right there, I don't get it. I mean, one of those is going to be tough. And now time is called. They're going to go and assess the block, but the block, it's killer. All it takes is one to really mess with rhythm. But for this Ohio Hustle team, you need to get the first out of the inning. That's paramount here. Even if it means you give up a run. Get the out at first, clear the bases. You have 2 runs for a reason to play with. Use both if you have to. And just like the initial first pitch, which of course was erased via the balk, It'll be a ball for Trey Miller. 2 flyouts to right and a double. That time waves and misses. And somehow, in some way, game number 3 today might be starting late. Who'd have thought, given how quick this game was going in the middle? The 1-1 tipped away. If you can get this out at the plate, that just makes your job a little bit easier. And it's an important out, too, if you can get it done. Go with something that he wouldn't expect here. The 1-2, swing and a miss. It'll be a drop third strike. Throw on down to first. It is going to be just in time for out number 1. Eric Russ gets his first strikeout of the day. And more importantly, the runner at third stays put. The matching number now 2 for Ohio Hustle to make it to the championship game. And now it turns over to Tanner Ulmer. An RBI double his last time up. Good swing, but fouls back the first pitch he sees. Whichever team makes it out of this game is going to be a tough out in the championship. That is for sure. The 0-1 is well inside. We knew that, though. We knew that whichever team won this game was going to have potentially a big leg up heading into that championship game. They will have a little bit of rest as well in between games. Ulmer, a good swing down in left field. It's an RBI single. That'll make it 6-5. And just like that, the tying run stands at first for PressOn Athletics. Ulmer now 2 for 4 on the day. He has brought in 2 runs. And now it's a chance for Kendrick Mast to try and bring him around. And it is going to be a pinch runner here. And I believe, just based on where we are in the game, that'll be Markley coming in to run. Markley, the rising sophomore out of West Holmes High School. And Mast will foul off the first pitch that he sees. But 6-5. Who'd have thought that this would be a score at some point in the game? The 0-1, ooh, what a nice stop. And Lassen has had to have that one, not his first base-saving stop. And it might not be his last. It can't be his last, depending on how this pitching goes from Russ. Mast thought about it, but holds on the 1-1. And now it is 1-2. A lot on the line here. A chance to make it to the championship game of an invitational tournament. All eyes are on these two teams. The 1-2, it's there. Strike 3 looking. The magic number is now 1. Eric Russ, his second strikeout of the inning. Can he get it done now? Eric Schlabel, the last line of offense for PressOn Athletics, will step in. A walk, strikeout, and a single for the rising senior out of Garraway High School in Sugar Creek. What a moment for both teams. First pitch wide and high for ball 1. One final reminder, player of the game announcement coming up after a word from our sponsors once this game is over. The 1-0, Schlabel takes strike 1. Down to his final 2 strikes. But if this is what we are going to get from the semifinals and championship, bring it on. The 1-1 is close, and I love how every single pitch now the fans, you hear the reaction well before the pitch is called. They're on the edge of their seats. They want to see if their group advances or not. The 2-1, Schlabel fouls it back. Down to his final strike. PressOn down to their final strike as a group. A valiant comeback effort. But will it fall short in the end? Tying run at first, 2 down, 6-5. Ohio Hustle going for the knockout punch, and they get it. Eric Russ gets his 3rd strikeout, and it's over. Ohio Hustle will advance. A gutsy 6-5 win in the semifinals. And what a finish from Eric Russ. Comes in, does allow the 1 run, but strikes out 3 in the process. When we return, we will announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville as you are watching Kent State Invite Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel.
Experiencing pain of any kind? call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
What a finish in semifinal number 1. 6-5, Ohio Hustle scrapes away a win. Up big early, a great comeback effort from PressOn Athletics, but in the end, it's not enough. And as the number 2 seed advancing to the championship game later on today at 3:15, your player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville, it is going to go to John Blazer. Got the game going with an RBI single in the first, had 2 RBIs late in the game, which I believe ended up being the winning runs when it was all said and done. But this was a gutsy performance from PressOn. They deserve a lot of credit for this one. They will fall to 4-4 on the year, but they'll be back and they'll be competing again next weekend in a big tournament. As for Ohio Hustle, 15-5-1. They advance to the championship game, and whichever team plays them, whether it be IVL, the 1 seed, or the MAF Gators, the 4 seed, they will have their hands full with this team coming up at 3:15. But up next, the other semifinal, number 1 IVL. We see them for the first time in bracket play as they take on the Gators, who already have a win today, 6-2 over the Ohio Eagles. But this is Nathan Smee signing off for now from Schoonover Stadium in Kent. Time to flip on over to game link number 3 as the Gators do battle with IVF.